The newly announced BC, NDP, and Green Party agreement to topple Christy Clark's Liberals is bad for Albertans, Notley, and Trudeau, but the last two deserve it. Both the NDP in BC and the Greens have explicitly campaigned against Alberta oil and gas projects, and specifically the Kinder Morgan pipeline expansion from Sherwood Park, Alberta, to a port in Vancouver. The pipeline's a 5-decade-old pipeline that will be twinned in the easement of the existing pipeline. It's not a risky thing. It's a $7.4 billion project that the Canadian economy desperately needs right now. You see, the NDP in BC, they're not really any different than the Alberta NDP. They're just able to be more honest with British Columbians than Notley is with Albertans. They both hate oil and gas. They both hate Alberta jobs. Notley instead has to outsource her opposition to oil and gas to keep her hands politically clean, hiring activists like Sephora Berman and Karen Mahone to be the voice of no that Notley can't be. She hired these two to sit on the oil sands advisory group. Here's Berman celebrating the NDP seizing power in this tweet. And here is Mahone campaigning against the Kinder Morgan pipeline. And we know Notley agrees with these two because she refuses to fire them even after they were so instrumental in getting the BC NDP into power. And now Notley, well, she can't really pretend anymore. Notley's carbon tax was never about social license. It was about redistributing wealth with the added benefit of harming the oil patch she hates. There is no social license to be had here. No amount of tax would ever get people who irrationally hate oil to like it suddenly. Social license isn't a thing. It never was, and it can't be bought with government-funded clotheslines and light bulbs. All this carbon tax is doing is making struggling Albertans poorer while handing a win to the people who want to see oil and gas taxed into its grave. And Prime Minister Trudeau, well, he was the fairy godfather of this whole social license movement thing. He's been talking about it for 3 years at least. Look at this from his speech to the Calgary Petroleum Club, of all places, before he became Prime Minister.
And the fact that over the past years, we have a government that has brushed aside the duty to consult and minimized environmental regulations and oversight hasn't made it easier to get those projects built. It's made it tougher because they haven't understood that the world has changed. And that even though governments grant permits, only communities now grant permission.
That could be the stupidest 10 seconds in all of Canadian politics ever. What Trudeau did there, while using progressive word salad to try to sound smart, well, he just allowed BC to block any pipeline, to grant permission. And not just BC, but every little town along the way can stop the economy of Alberta and Canada if they don't give permission. Trudeau is a dangerous idiot. Neither Trudeau nor Notley ever thought they would be in charge of anything. So for years they said whatever they actually felt. And now their abdication of power to activists, well, it's coming back to bite them, and they deserve all of it. These two gave the jobs and livelihoods of hundreds of thousands of Canadians over to environmentalists who are crazy enough to think a dad who works behind the controls of a drilling rig is murdering the earth. As a final irony, the only pipeline that will probably ever be built will be Keystone XL, thanks to Donald Trump. And the NDP MLAs and Liberal MPs who fret and worry about populism and rail about Trump-style politics, well, those Trump-style politics might be the only hope for Canada's oil patch. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. If you subscribe to our new Rebel Canada YouTube page to never miss a story, click the link below to subscribe today.